Streaming, start recording. Recording has started. Stream has started on a black screen. Just give me a sec to wait for it to load. There we go. Alright, stream is up. We're streaming for the first time in a long time. I think I did some network stuff, and I think I got it so even when it drops packets, it won't be a problem. Because I haven't gotten Spectrum to fix that yet, but we'll see what happens. Shall we get started?
Let's.
All right. We are, well, hello, pilots. It is 8:44 p.m. on September 10th, 2025. We're doing a Saturday show at Seattle. Weather report.
Weather report. Let's see. So the METAR for 13:53 local time, which is 20:53 Zulu, is winds 340, 7 knots, 10-mile visibility, clear, sky conditions clear rather. Temperature 22, dew point 14, altimeter 29902. Remarks sea level pressure 137.
All right. 29902 for a corrected altimeter of 29924 for a corrected density altitude of 1,614 feet. But will be 0 feet center point altitude in the bug.
Yep, pressure altitude will be 0 feet at center point.
Let's see. This show has a couple of adjustments that we planned to make based upon conversations last time. I'm thinking about the METAR. Let me take a look at the windage again. 7 knots is not insignificant, and it's out of the north. So that...
yeah. Crosswind for a lot of the...
that's blowing us towards the crowd, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The winds up higher are different.
How high and what is...
So 6,600 feet, I think, is the next step up in DCS. The winds are 150 knots, so they're lighter, but they're different. They're basically the opposite direction. So there's wind shear up there, and then 26,000 we don't care about. So
okay.
It's basically similar vector, but oh no, hold on, I'm doing the flip because of the way that the DCS mission editor works. I think it's actually more similar to what it was. It's just a little bit more northeasterly.
Okay.
But 4 knots, and then it just gets stronger as you go higher.
Okay. Due to the windage, I am going to nix the plan to come in from the left, because that's going to give us a slight tailwind, and I'm concerned about that. What do you think?
Okay, you're the boss.
I'm genuinely looking for your opinion.
Let's look at that. I mean, winds 340, that's almost a direct crosswind for the show line. It's a slight headwind if you're coming from the left.
Headwind?
Yeah, because think about it. If you look at the kneeboard card 323, and then 340 is increasing, so it's going clockwise.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, well in which case, yeah, we should come from the left then, so let's brief that. Alright, so for our section maneuvers, specifically the Fortis and the High Alpha, we are going to be approaching from the left. Correct?
Affirm.
Alright. So for the Fortis, after the opposing inverted to inverted rolls, we'll be rolling out behind crowd, and I will immediately cut power to idle and chuck boards and come right and get it immediately down to 300. And by the way, I need to correct this. I will not be coming right immediately. I'll be going out to the 1.5 and then be doing the slow arc like I do for a standard approach pattern for the delta pitch up brake to land in a normal show.
Okay.
The goal with that is to try and give you more time to get in, but I will still be putting out the brakes and getting down to 300. Unless
Yep.
you think you don't need that time, in which case I can just, go easy power and bleed it down like I do when I come left.
I don't know. My guess is if you don't give me time, I probably will just barely get in on time. But if you do give me time, because you'll be slowing down, I will probably do some overshooting. I would rather have some extra time.
All right.
So give me time.
Yeah. So I'm going to pop up, call behind the crowd for the Fortis. I'm going to check boards and get down to 300, come right at 1.5, and then we'll do a slow arc. Probably a slow high arc and drop down into it so that we have visibility.
I did practice this a couple times for the high alpha.
Mm-hmm.
And it solves some problems but creates some others because you have to get over that hill to come down to the altitude you want.
Yep.
Whereas doing the canyon run, you basically down where you want to be anyway. So yeah, stay high, and then you drop in a hurry, and then just stabilize and roll in. Like by the time you get down, like when you're over the notional floating bridge, you're like 2 miles max from center point.
Yep. Yeah, so it's going to come quick. SOP for the Fortis would be to have you on my right this time.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to... yeah, so we're going to do a different clear, though, because I don't think we can actually climb over the hill on the backside of this.
Okay.
So we're going to take the river route as a clear.
Okay.
Yeah. So the river route's going to be a clear, and then it's going to be a hot minute because no, it's not. No, it's not, because I'm going to change to the direction I do the sneak to vertical rolls.
It's not the sneak next. It's MRT.
Ah, shikes. I mean, I could change the direction of that too.
It's up to you. I think we probably can get over that hill, but you'll probably need to come left. We'll probably need to adjust the left bank angle to more than 45.
That'll be a right.
Or right bank angle to more than 45. Because the hill slopes down towards behind crowd, so as long as we're not going over the peak of it, I think we'll be okay. But that if you don't want to risk it, we can adjust this. Is up to you.
I think I'm gonna have to make a call.
Okay.
So just be ready for whatever.
Yeah, I think.
And I'll try and give you a standby.
Yeah, I think you probably don't want to transit all the way around to the opposite side for gas reasons.
I agree with that.
So I think if you decide to do the river run, you'll have to do a river run from the right.
MRT from the river run, essentially.
Yep, from the crowd right.
Yeah. So, also, when we detach, do a safe maneuver. Don't do your standard split.
Yep, got it.
I'm just going to detach you, and I'm going to wait for you to get clear, and then I'm going to maneuver to set up for the MRT.
Yep,
Whatever
good.
I need to do. If we do the river run. If we do standard, then it's the standard. Just to the right.
Yep.
So just remember that I'm going to be coming into you for that maneuver if we go to the right.
Yep.
All right. So that's the Fortis. Why don't you talk me through the high alpha?
Yeah, so the high alpha, we will have just completed the inverted tuckover roll, which is its own kind of party. I will roll out behind crowd. It'll be like, easing the pole, rolling out, coming back right. So be prepared for that because that rollout is quick, but the roll to the right will be pretty smooth. It will be a continuous turn. There will be no rollout behind crowd heading or any of that. because I wasn't able to do it inside the box if I did that. So we'll just keep rolling through. I will immediately start bringing power back, but I don't anticipate being below 300 knots until about the 90. I'm just going to aviate and try to get the jet in the window I need to get into. And you fly safe and loose to get in. Don't try to get tucked right in there because it all is different. I would wait until we're at least lined up on show line before you try to get a beam. That's up to you though, because in all likelihood we'll get a beam and then we'll still have to descend over that hill to get down to the altitude we want. I am going to bench up our altitude a little bit and aim for about 500 feet above center point, just for safety reasons. That comes pretty quick. We get down to the altitude, because even then I think the hill's like 800 or something feet above center point altitude. So we will have to descend a little bit, and then I'm probably going to bring in a little more pull than I normally do to get us woed up and into the set. So that will feel different, and good luck. If I don't, and I just let it bleed on its own, even with the boards out, I wasn't able to get the thing to like actually get to start pulling to the set until about a mile or less. So if we want to have any time in the actual high alpha, I'll need to pull a little bit to get there. I'll look to stabilize at about 23 to 25 degrees nose high, and we'll just fly it from there. It will also be, if I can help it, an inboard to outboard heading, so that will put you specifically, spit you out into the river run, and then also hopefully will correct for any wind pushing us left to right toward the crowd. I would recommend for your clear and then do what you need to get where you need to go. I will find you. Don't do the standard maneuver, because you can't come over that. If you need to come over the hill, whatever you got to do, I'll just find you. I know where you're going to be going, so do what you got to do.
Yeah. So two things. First is I'll be on your left for this maneuver for safety reasons.
Okay.
And because with you being the reference, I need to be able to see center point and wave us off if we're violating. Two, we're going to be clearing because of the river run. We're going to be clearing in front of the crowd for this.
Roger.
It's probably going to be a teardrop. It's probably going to be a teardrop with starting with the left bank, followed by a right turn back in, similar to what we do for the what is it? The loop break cross.
Loop break cross?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind. It's going to be hard for you to find me, so let me know if you need smoke.
Sounds good.
Because I'm going to be all up in that
I can remember
ground clutter.
rolling to the... Well, I'm rolling the same direction as I normally would if we were going the way we normally do, so that's helpful. We are not doing inverted tuckover roll from left to right. I practiced that a few times, and honestly, I don't know how I got it so good the last time. I didn't even get close in the 4 or 5 different practices that I did, attempts that I did the other day. So we'll just get what we get on that one. If I don't like it, or if I don't like it, I will call knock it off, and or a flat, no maneuver. Oh right, I did no maneuver this one last time.
No,
because we didn't get set.
No, the inverted tuckover we did fine, but it was the high alpha that you maneuvered.
High alpha then, right? Okay. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to get it or not. If I will not switch the maneuver though. I had thought about alternate doing the just double tuckover roll, but I'm not going to throw that at us because we haven't really practiced it ever.
I'm fine if you do that. It might work out.
If I make that call, I will make it at the 90.
Okay.
If I make that call after the 90, you need to no maneuver it. Because I should not be doing that.
Okay.
I need to make sure that I'm confident we can do what we got to do, and I feel good about it at the 90 and not after that.
Sounds good.
I don't want to be in a situation where we're like, what maneuver is it in the end game?
I appreciate that. All right. Yeah. Also, as flight lead, just as a reminder, if I no maneuver it, we are no maneuvering.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we no maneuver in for any, yeah, if you're leading a maneuver and you no maneuver, I will no maneuver. But it has to happen before we do an actual thing. Um, like if I'm inverted or like maneuvering,
At that
I'm
point, it's
just
a
gonna
knock it
complete it.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, it's a knock it off. We complete the maneuver, but just anticipate that there might be some adjustments
Yep.
to complete the maneuver.
Yep.
And then at that point, we will go to a safe place in the sky and reassess.
Yes.
And because of the fuel, that's probably it.
Yep.
Or we do a modified, or we cut a maneuver kind of a thing. But we'll fly to a safe place in the sky. We'll talk. And then we'll proceed.
Yeah, I'd recommend pick a radial off of the kneeboard.
Yeah.
And we'll just like rejoin 4 miles on whichever of those radials you pick.
Yep. All right. Anything else before we get started? I want to go over. We're going to do the standard vertical pitch, and we're not going to make an. And we're going to do the modified fleur-de-lis.
Modified fleur-de-lis. Okay. Standard vertical pitch. Modified fleur. Right. Modified. You come behind me. Standard vertical pitch. Altitude.
300.
Cool.
Yep. No, sorry. We'll do 200 for the vertical pitch.
200 for the vertical pitch,
and
I will. Go ahead.
All the rest of the maneuvers are 350 because of having to descend into the box.
Yep. The loop break cross will be 300 because you have that hill after we clear.
Yeah, and I'll be 450.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot to remember. Hopefully we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I don't call right turn, okay, my plan for my modified maneuvers is to give you the call in the turn. So it'll be like, for example, chariots in for the left inverted, right turn out.
Okay.
And then chariots in. Souls are behind the crowd left for the Fortis. Like, I'm just trying to.
Yep.
So that you know that I know what we're doing.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Anything else before we get started?
Nope. That's plenty. Goals for the show.
Goals for the show. Stay ahead of it and fly safe. And also watch fuel and just be cognizant of that. It got a little close last time.
Yeah. My goal for the show is make smart choices as a lead. Like, don't overextend. Just, fly safe, fly good maneuvers.
Yep. All right. Anything else before we get started?
Nope.
Ready, break. I'm going to switch inputs.
Same.
BrotherLeb, you got me? BrotherLeb, you got me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome.
Loud and clear.
All right.
Cool.
The stream has me as well.
Good.
Stream has you. I'm
Great.
quiet compared to you, which is fun.
What's up? I'm not even talking that loud.
Oh, I hate this. Minimize quest link. Custom 1, apply. Launch DCS. Where's the bridge? Await DCS. The Oculus already isn't happy.
The quest, you mean?
Yeah, I'm not even in the game yet. It's already choppy. All right. DCS is loaded. Let me know when the server's up.
It'll be a minute. DCS is not loaded yet. Man, it's just stuffy in here, dude.
It's cooled off on the East Coast.
I mean, it's cool thermometer temperature, but it's just very humid.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. New server.
Not used to it, dude. I'm used to flying with it real smooth. But
Well, good luck.
I mean, I did it last time. That's fine. Also, I still have everything like open and previewing. So that'll change.
All right, server's up.
All right.
Oh, whoops, wrong call sign, whatever.
Don't worry about it. Loading in. All right. I'm in a jet. You're in a jet. We're all in jets.
Also in a jet. Yep.
Let me grab OBS, see how we're doing. That's the wrong one. There we go. Looking good. Disable
Okay.
preview. I've got you. You've got me. I've got DCS. Let me drag that up a little more. It was real quiet last time. Minimize that. Close that. All right. Chariot is set and ready for unpause.
Lab is ready for unpause. And pausing in 3, 2, 1, mark.
All right. I didn't do my sound, so that'll be some fun for later. 2924, correct? We can't do it.
Can't do what?
Oh wait, hold on. Never mind. Sorry, I went too far. grab sound here. Either. Oh my gosh. What? It's fine. There we go, okay. Alright, turret is set and ready for startup. Alright, let's ready for start. Battery on, APU on, standby canopy. Up, 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby, engine crank. Lab. In 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby, engine forward. Lab. In 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby, left engine crank. Web. Ugh. What's up? I don't like that the helmet thing you can't do anything about. Left engine crank in 3, 2, 1, mark. Yeah, it sucks. It'd be nice if they fixed that. Just now, left engine forward.
Roll left, roll left.
Web.
Flight
In
controls.
3, 2, 1,
Flight
mark.
controls.
Standby, FCS.
Go for FCS.
FCS in 3, 2, 1, mark. In test.
Lab sing.
Sure, it's FCS is go.
Lab FCS, go.
Set and reset. Stabs in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Go. Down 2.
Down 2. There we go. Sure, its IFA is holding.
Lab IFA, hold.
Sure, it's up tree, come 1.
Lab up tree, come on.
Discord check.
Good job.
Takeoff checks.
What?
Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading 157. Check your altimeter set 2924 for a corrected field elevation of negative 1500 feet. Check your burr warning at 0. Check your FCS 12 30 30 30 down 2. Check your fuel seat arm lights out.
What?
Check your smoke pressure on. Smoke on. Smoke off.
Good smoke. Check your COM 216.
Chariots up com 2 6 Chariots up 16 com 2.
What about 16 COM 2? Good afternoon, Chariot. Updated winds are 340 for 7. That'll be a left headwind on takeoff. Check your altimeter set through 2992 for correct altimeter of 2924 for correct center point elevation of 0 feet. And this is the altitude of 1,614 feet above at the center point. Chariot squawk 1205, left squawk 1206. You are cleared to taxi right out of Chalks, right on Whiskey. Line up and wait 07. Correction, line up and wait. Line up and wait. Nope, line up and wait 07.
Thanks, Lab. Cleared to taxi. Line up and wait 07. Souls are cleared to taxi. Check your parking brakes off. Chairs parking up to 75% off. Brakes now. Chairs come. Not giving you a trail.
Left. Left roll.
Chairs east, power 72. Let it roll. Church east and part of 70, letting it roll. We're coming right. It's adding power to 71. Let me roll. Solos were cleared to line up on weight 07. BrotherLeb, you have lead.
Let's go, lead. Coming right. Okay.
Little brakes. Easy brakes. Little brakes. Brakes. Chariot 2924 set 0 feet. Rat out.
2924 set. 0 feet right.
Check the flaps half. Pumps off. Chariot's flaps half. 321. 2 degrees down. Rat out.
Well, flaps half. Pumps off. 321. 2 degrees down. Right.
Solos were cleared for takeoff. Updated winds are 340 for 3 at the field. That is a left crosswind on takeoff. Check your parking brakes off. Maneuver our section no flap lower go maneuver. Left turn out.
Left. Let's start the show.
Check your parking brakes off. Let's warm up. Still ahead of it, just barely. Off brakes now. Blowers ready now. Oh, that crosswind is nuts. A little pull. Stand by, roll. Roll. Roll it out. Easy power. A little pull. 260. Coming left, easing more. Power 280.
Contact.
300. Ease and more. Power 315.
Got 6 left.
Boss. We're rolling out. Ease and power. Ease and the pull. Ease and more power. Power set. Arrival checks.
Left.
Chariot 2924 set. Barrel out.
Left 2924 set. Barrel out. field if we need it. That'll be waypoint 4.
Waypoint 4, Chariot. Check waypoint 2's in the box.
Waypoint 2's marked.
We're in front of the crowd. Crowd left 12 miles for the head-on.
What?
Chariot's contact center. We're coming back right. Coming further right. A little pull. Looking for 3-2 tree. Correction, looking for 1-4 tree. He's on some pull. Coming further right. He's in power. He's in the pull. Rolling up a little pull. Easing a little power. 3.5 for the head-on 20 left. Smoke on. Go line abreast.
What?
Adding a little power, a little pull. Smoke off. Slows attach. Slows and clear. Center point, 10 fast. Ready, hit it! Smoke on. 3 to mark.
Match.
Numbers.
Left.
Contact, I'm ahead. Ease and power.
Contact.
Merge. Stand by, roll. Pull to 40. Stand by, roll.
Clear.
Roll. Clear, clear, and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing knife edge, state 9-6.
Upstate 9-5. Miles.
11 near beam. Where take mark.
Take.
Stand by, mark at 48. Chariots in for the left knife edge.
Left and left knife.
Correction, right knife edge.
Right knife. 10 seconds. Mark. 0.1 behind. 395. Three miles. Mark 4. Miles, Mark 403.
Smoke on. Contact smoke off. Ready, hit it. Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Roll. Trace clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing inverted to inverted rolls. 1.7, 1.8 mark.
2 miles. At 4 miles.
Eliminator beam.
Beep.
Alright, check mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark at 18. Chariots in for the left inverted. Right turn out.
Seconds. Mark on time. 350. Three miles. Mark 395.
Pull out.
2
Pull out.
miles. Mark forward.
Ready, hit it. Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact looking good. A little dry. Ready, hit it. Stand by, roll, and pull. 143. Stand by, roll. Church clear, and clearing behind the crowd for the Fortis, easing lots of power.
Contact.
Coming right. Hook's coming down. 295 adding power. 300 easing the pull. Rolling out some bank. Easy power to hold 300. So's behind the crowd. Setting up the Fortis. Checking the lights on.
You'll have to check.
Chariot. 300. Here's coming right. Easing lots of power. Stand by the gear. Adding a little power, coming for the right comes the pull. We're at the 90 for the Fortis, gear down, flop down, hook up, boards up.
Let's gear down, hook down, flex support.
That's the one. Adding power. Easing the pull. Rolling out. The Fortis, 3 left. Adding lots of power. A little drive. Adding more power. A little pull. 2. Level charts are rolling in.
Clear.
Outboard leb and 250 high. Easing some power. Center point. Trace pushing out. Rolling out.
Clear.
Coming back left. Set. Stand by the gear. Hook. BrotherLeb, go all clear.
What?
Turn clear and clearing in front of the crowd right for the MRT.
Left.
State 86.
State 86. Correction 85.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
Turn circling 5 miles for the MRT. And Trace turn in 5 miles for the MRT River route. Four miles, mark 355, and 40 to go. 3 miles mark, 350, 40 to go. Two miles mark, 50, 40 to go. 1.5 MRT. 1 mile mark 50, 350 online. Burners now. Never done this before. Ready, hit it! Good entry.
Flight control. Flight control.
Ease the pull. Comes the pull.
Flight control.
Pulling.
Flight control.
Kicking. Train's pushing out. Leveling out. 900 coming left. Comes the pull.
Contact.
Ease of the pull. Rolling out. Smoke on. Smoke off. Easing lots of power. 320. 330. 340. Souls on the ground, setting up the opposing MRT.
You'll have to check.
Chariot, 350. Adding a little power. Rear coming left. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Look over 323.
Left.
He's on the pull. Rolling out. The opposing MRT. 4 rights and 1500 high. A little drive. Easing power. Smoke on the fleet.
A little behind. Ease and power. A little pull to level. Adding a little power. We're 4 right.
Smoke off. Ready, hit it! Smoke on. 380 mark.
A little fast.
Numbers.
Numbers. Contact.
Contact looking for starpoint low.
Up.
Merge. Stand by, roll. Pull to 40. Stand by, roll.
Click.
Roll. Roll. Church clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing horizontal rolls. 2.4 mark.
2.5.
Nice adjustments that sequence long.
Left. We're at 4 miles.
Eliminate your beam.
Me.
Eliminate your trigger mark.
Take it.
Stand by mark at 31. Chariots in for the left horizontal rolls.
Left and left towards arms.
Yeah,
10 seconds. Mark on time 3 now. Mark 400. Two miles, Mark 402.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact. A little pull. Ready, hit it. Burners. Pull. Stand by, roll. Burners. Pull. Ease in the pull. Rolling out 7-6.
80.
Cheers clear and clear by the crowd for the Sneak 2 vertical States 6-9er.
Left state 73.
Feels nice today.
Yeah, I've got something going on with my Moza. It's not. Doesn't feel normal. I think it needs to be calibrated again or something.
Church circling 5 miles for the Sneak 2 verticals. And church turning 5 miles, Sneak 2 verticals, halfway between the log boom and the boat.
Well,
4 miles, mark 0.75.
little slow.
3 miles, mark 0.83.
Do what you need.
2 miles, mark 0.88. 1 mile, mark 0.91, first stage.
Smooth.
Church turning 9-5.
Ready. Stand by. $10,000 clouds, no fire.
That's a factor, high triple clears.
I shall.
Church circling about the crowd for the solo loop. Church turning in 3.5 solo loop. Wings level, smoke on. 500 high, adding a little power. We go a little more pull, adding power. Adding more power. Vertical 6-5, easing power. Easing more power, a little E. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Ease the pull. Adding power. Go. I'm a singer. Adding more power. Smoke off. Chairs attached. Chairs attached, Miles. 268. Didn't quite make it, that's fine. Luminary near beam.
Beam.
Luminary, take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by market 22. Chariots in for the right 4 point.
Comes in right 4 point. 10 seconds. Mark 1 ahead. 399. Three miles. Mark. 2 miles. Mark 405.
Shoot. Smoke on.
Connect.
Connect. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll.
Clip.
Roll. Church clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing vertical pitch. Check your smokes off.
Move off. 4 miles.
Let me know your beam.
A beam.
Learn check mark. Stand by, mark at 52, Chariot Sam for the left vertical pitch, 350.
One's on the left for the quit straighter. 10 seconds. Mark point 2 ahead, 3. Working an angle. 3 miles. Mark 380.
200 level.
On my 200. 2 miles. Mark 4.
Let's hook on.
Copy.
Contact. Add it up. Ready, hit it. 2 left. 60. Stand by, roll, and pull. Power's idle. 45, 40, 35, 30. Horizon, now 78.
7-4.
Little more pull.
Contact, little.
It's ended. 1.5, mark 430.
0.1 ahead.
1 mile, mark 430.
0.1 ahead.
Half mile, mark a little pull. Ready, hit it.
All right.
Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Chase clear, and clear by the crowd for the inverted takeoff roll.
Left, coming left, 355.
Contact.
Little pull. 355. Route 50. Ease in the pull and rolling out.
You'll have 2 left.
Left, hold my ground, setting up the inverted roll. Keep it loose. We're coming back left. Coming further left comes the pull. A little more pull.
Chase well clear, 15.
Add a little power, adding more power. Slows the 90 for the invert.
Chariot.
Coming further left comes the pull. Ease in the pull. Ease in more pull. And rolling out the inverter roll. Up we go. Easing power ready. Upward.
Hold on.
We're fast. Little drive ready.
Let's work off. Stand by, roll. Pull to 10 degrees. Stand by, roll. Rolling out. Coming left.
Inside, behind.
Contact.
Ease the bolt and rolling out. Come back right, easing power. When a little further right comes the pull. 365. Easy more power. 350. 340 sold 5 ground, setting up the 6 tile.
Sure, you got 2 low.
Love. Stand by the boards. A little more pull. Rolling out a little bang. Adding a little power. Rolling out more. Stand by the boards. easing simple. Rolling out. This section alpha, easing power, easing more power. Little drive. Comes the pull. Little more pull 170. Little more pull 160. Little more pull 150. 145. And we're setting it, adding power. Smoke. A little more power. We're pretty hot.
Center point. Wave it off.
Pulling at 60. Coming left.
Chariots in the river on 330.
Contact.
350. 360, coming left. Comes the pull. 375. Souls are in front of the crowd. Crowd right for the Wanderer. Chariots rolling out. 370. Chariots coming back right. Comes the pull, adding a little power. 360. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Delta's at the Soul's at the 90 for the Wanderer. Chariots easing the pull. And rolling out. We're gonna have to come back right.
You got it.
Chariot, a little drive. Easing lots of power. We're coming back right. Going further right comes the pull. Easing the pull. Rolling out. The Wanderer 1.3. Smoke on a little drive. Adding power. We're 15 slow. Half mile mark. Ready, hit it. Smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull. Ease pull, roll out. Easing a little power, 350, a little pull.
Got it.
Easing more power, total 360. Delta's behind the crowd, send up the Delta roll, Chariot 4-2.
With force 7.
We're coming left. Coming for the left comes the pull, a little more pull.
6 knots.
Swing left-hand turn for the Delta roll.
Left.
In the pull. Rolling out the Delta roll. Smoke on. Up. We go a little more pull. Rolling out. A little pull. Easing the pull, adding power. We're coming left. Further left comes the pull. And left-hand turn for the fluidity.
What?
Smoke off. Coming for the left, a little pull. Easing power, easing lots of power. We're rolling out the flirtily, a little dry. Outboard lab, 2 miles. Smoke on up. We go a little more pull. Break.
Right.
Smoke off. Stand by, roll. And pull. Contact.
Ease nipple and rolling out.
Chairs clear. Off your right, back quarter. Coming right.
Contact.
370. $400. This one's going to be a hard turn.
You got 6 miles.
420 coming right. Comes the pull. Coming further right. Ease in the pull. Smoke on. Roll it out. Up. We go. A little more pull. Okay. No sets. Smoke off. Go get up.
Love is level 4,800, 340, adding power.
Contact.
We're coming back. Well, hold on. Hold. 36. Coming back right. Coming further right. Comes the pull 375. A little more pull. Easing some pull a little further right.
Winds are in front of the crowd. Crowd left.
Well, easing more pull. Rolling out a little bit.
You got 6 miles.
Boss, easing power. Easing more power. We need to come back right on it. We're coming right. Comes the pull. A little further right. For more pull. Ease in the pull. Rolling out the loop right across inboard, outboard, inboard.
Chariot 450.
Adding power, 300. Adding more power up. We go. A little more pull. Vertical 5-4. Red. brake, inboard. 0.5 mark. 1 mile mark, 420 brakes. 1.5 mark, 404. 2 miles mark, 400. 2.5 mark, 403. So 3 miles mark, up we go for G mark. Vertical, 5 up, 8 out. Horizon, now 7-9, power side. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, rolling it. Steep. Level in the nose, 3 miles, 385. 2.5, mark 385. 2 miles, mark 400. 1.5, mark 404. 1 mile, mark 402. Half mile, mark 398. Smoke. Clear.
Seriously.
Come left. Little pole, 400, easy power. 385. 370.
Contact.
355. Adding a little power again. 350. There's 350. Ease in the pole. And rolling out. Coming back left. Coming further left. Easing power. Comes the pole. A little more pole. The Delta's at the 90 in front of the crowd for the Delta breakout. It'll be left turn.
Sure, you got 6 boss.
Boss rolling out a little bank. And easing out more pole, rolling out a little more bank. Easing power. Smoke on. And we're rolling out 2 miles. Little drive. Ready, split. Set. Smoke. Off. Clear.
Sure, it's clear. 146, 260 at 1700.
Contact.
Sure, it's coming left. 290. 300. .310 easing power. 315. Delta's in a left-hand turn for the Delta. Maneuvering Delta.
Love you have 6.
Boss easing some pull. Rolling out a little bank. Easing more power. 330. You're rolling out more bank.
You got 6 miles on the left.
Boss. Keep it real loose. This is going to be maneuvering.
Left.
Easing a little power. We're coming back left. Coming further left. A little pull. Coming for the left. A little more pull. Comes the pull. Ease on the pull. Rolling out. We're rolling through. Smoke on. Rolling through. Easing more pull. And we're set for the maneuvering delta. Adding power. Adding more power. Rolling out. A little drive. A little more drive. Smoke off. Go clear.
Left is clear, switching right.
Easing power, easing more power, easing the drive to level. Arrival checks.
Left.
Chariot 2924 set. Ran out.
2924 right up.
Check waypoint 3 is in the box.
Left.
We're coming left. Coming for the left. A little pull. Ease in the pull. And roll it out. Easing power. Easing more power. A little pull. To level. Adding power. We're 9 miles out for the left pitch brake to land runway 27.
Left pitch ring one.
We're coming back right. Coming for the right. A little. Easing power. Easing the pull. Rolling out. A little pull to left.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
Chariot fuel low. Smoke on.
Take it.
Coming easy right. Rolling out. A little pull to level. We're in for the left brick lane.
Left braking.
15 slow. Center point. Boss braking.
Left braking.
Ease the pull. Rolling out. 087.
Left rolling out 087.
Smoke. Off. Gear flaps. Chariots, gear flex, hook up.
Let's give us a couple.
We're in close, Leb. Chariots, coming left, 280. Chariots, idle, 260. 220, adding a little power. Souls are at the 90. Update winds are 340 for 3. Check up 3 of the green. Stagger is right.
Left through the green, stagger right.
180 Leb. 160 Leb. 140 all the way Leb, a little angle.
Left 160, little angle. 140 all the way, little angle.
Cheers, full clear.
That is clear. Okay.
Chariot, landing checks.
Left.
Check smoke pressure off. Check your tabs. Check flaps out. Check landing lines off. Reset your trim and save your seats.
Left.
We'll go well clear on golf for individual right 90s into checks.
Left.
Check. Park works off. Chairs park up to 75%. Chairs roll. And chairs ease bar to 70 landing roll. Chariots coming left.
Left's rolling.
Give me 2 and trail up. Chariots ease and power to 68. Land no roll. We're coming left. Little brakes. Easy brakes. Off brakes now. By 6. Coming left for parking. Okay. Little brakes. Easy brakes 10 feet. Little brakes. Brakes. Stand by canopy and engines.
Left.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. I'm really glad you didn't turn left for parking like I said.
I didn't even notice.
Alright, let's debrief this thing.
Alright.
Be back in a sec, guys.
BrotherLeb, you got me.
Check, check.
I gotcha.
Cool.
Good news.
The
We
stream
had
worked.
no dropped frames.
That's good. Everybody got to see all of that mess.
I mean, it was messy, but it wasn't hot trash.
Speak for yourself.
Scooby boobity boo 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 ba boo. What's the thing? It's what do we do to watch replays? Tac view. That's the thing. I swear I know what I'm doing. Just my brain is saturated beyond recognition.
Yep.
I am so saturated right now.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this thing, shall we? That was a high show for Saturday at Seattle with adjustments. Let's go over major safeties.
Yeah. Major safety for me was a rejoin for the Wander. I got out ahead of you and then almost C-fit. So I'm fixed my safeties. I'm glad I'm still here.
Yeah, that I was like, as I was maneuvering, I was like, this could be really bad. Yeah, for me, so much happened in that show. I'm having to rewind in my brain right now. Yes. For the, I didn't do what I said I was going to do for the head-on, so we were low again, which meant that you couldn't perform the maneuver safely. That is a safety on me. I'll fix that, and I'm glad to be here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so, but I'm sure I'll see it in the replay and talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I bet there's more.
There was so much in that show, dude. It was nuts.
Okay. Yeah, let's go over it. Ground ops seemed fine this time. I forgot to do the solo takeoff checks on golf. We have time to do it. I just forgot because I was focused on making sure that we did the lineup and weight correctly. So I'll fix that. I'm glad to be here. That's an F.
Yeah. Just close all this stuff again. Yeah, I do.
Don't turn off the entire BRB group. It's just the image slideshow.
Bring up taxi. Yeah, so taxi was fine. The only thing that surprised me was that you did the brakes calls, but maybe that's standard. I don't know. But yeah, everything was fine.
It has been standard in the past. Do we want to change that?
Well, I just like when you, just as long as we it's clear that we know that, when you hand me lead, it's only for the turn and not for the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
But if I
Yeah.
know that as of this conversation, then we could do that.
It probably makes sense to, it probably makes sense actually to have you do it in the turn. Mason Faves, if you're still here, which I don't expect you are, it's 2 hours later. We don't use the Super Hornets because philosophically we want to be able to we want to prove that you can do the whole thing in just stock aircraft. And then fly, it is just the two of us. Let's see. Moving on to the takeoff. No flap, lower go. Aside from some throttle things to keep you line abreast, felt fine to me. I don't really have any notes, so I'd give myself a C.
Yeah, I got really high relative to you. I think I didn't come to the same bank angle. Yeah, it looks like I was just 45 and you're at 60, so I was very high, which is a bummer, and I had to come back down and find you. Other than that, it was okay. C.
Alright. The head-on was 20 left, which already sucks for you. I need to figure out a landmark to fly over for this approach. And I haven't done that, so I will take that note for next time. Glad to be here. Already talked about my major safety as far as the altitude of the approach. I'll fix that as well. I'm glad to be here. The rest of the maneuver was fine. My clears were fine. F.
Yeah.
There's no
Kinda
possible
think-
way that you were gonna get it. You were gonna make this work.
When you said 20, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do to fix. Like, I don't know. I mean, if we had been at a flat show site with no hill in the way, I still don't know if I would have gotten anywhere close. And then I like came around the corner and was staring at a hill, and I was like, and we got not too far from center point, so I'll take that as a B. I don't know. Like, as far as quality of the maneuver, like, and hitting all those numbers and doing all that, it was probably a C again. As far as, like, making the best out of what was in front of me, I give myself a B+.
Nice, good job.
So I'd average out to be probably B.
Knife edge. I called the hit too early. The rest of it was fine. C-.
One more thing on the head-on, my clear was wrong, so that drops it back down to C. Knife edge... Inbounds were fine. Roll was fine. Clear was trash. B-.
Alrighty, inverted to inverted. I was actually too low for this, which I didn't think was possible, but I got back up for it. I'm trying to see where the hit was. We're gonna hit right, or hit crowd left, just a little bit. So yeah, my inbounds weren't super great for that. Clear behind crowd was fine. C.
I stayed a little high, so I wouldn't have to go as high, nose high, but then I was worried about actually making the roll. My inbounds were kind of all over the place as well as far as speed goes. Yeah, C.
All right, Fortis. Who baby, man. This was the first of our going in a different direction maneuvers. Definitely made it easier to perform the maneuver, I think, compared to doing the river run. So that's a bonus. The windage was exciting, blowing us back towards the crowd. I'm sure you felt that over the course of the maneuver as my aircraft migrated into you the whole time. Because I definitely noticed it in the jet. Yeah, but pretty much hit altitude and just hung out there. Had to do a little bit of an add-up power call to make sure we didn't lose speed. And then I didn't... so here's another safety. I didn't specify which direction we were going, and we ended up coming left. So that is a huge safety, and I'll fix that for next time. Glad to be here. But going through the river, I think, was a decent call, but probably could have gone right. So... based upon what we chose to do, I think we did decently. And I think I led it decently based upon my lack of calling that. So, an F.
Rejoin was good. Forgot which side I needed to be on. Switched sides. Didn't hide the jet. Got tucked in pretty well after the roll in. Got way sucked on the clear. C-.
MRT, never done it from crowd right before, so this was a whole new experience, and I botched it. Yeah, I went through my my drop speed, and I didn't pull enough, so I was super fast, so I had to pull a lot coming around the corner, so it's like this weird oval thing. Look at this nonsense.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But I pulled and kicked the right way. So I'm happy about that. And I didn't pull enough, because my brain was fried, so this isn't going to look very good as far as the turbo nose slow is concerned. Coming behind the crowd was fine, just took a while. And yeah, so I'm going to give myself a D.
Really the only thing to say about this is that I was a little early, and didn't have enough power to be able to stay a beam all the way around the corner. B-.
Opposing MRT, once again, never entered this from the right, so that was a party. Happy that we were only 3 off, so that was nice. Line of breast and handoff were nose down, but I think that was actually the right call, because we want to get back down to complete the maneuver. Roll was good. Pull was good on the numbers all the way into the box. We hit like 3 left. Clears were fine. I'm going to give myself a B minus for this.
Yeah, I got tucked in. That was fine. Rolling out, I remembered. Oh, right, I'm not rolling out on your right. I need to roll out on your left. So I crossed over during the rollout and it worked out. I think I made a good correction once you handed me lead to get us where we needed to be. I wish we hadn't been that high, but it was okay. Roll pull. I was so fast. I was so fast. Like I was like trying to pull to keep the knots where they needed to be, and I was at like 5 Gs. So I was back on the power, and I think because of that, I was just a little fast into the my circle's a little tighter, and yeah, we hit like probably 3 left, and I was high, so that's a C minus, maybe even a, yeah, let's make a D. Yeah.
All right.
Clear
Horizontal
was kind of crappy too.
Yeah. Horizontal rolls. My inbounds were all over the place, and then I was once again low. But the pull up was fine. We hit 1 left. Rolls were fine. Rest of it over the top was fine. I'm going to give myself a B minus.
I was a little fast into the box, so I delayed my burners, which almost fixed the hit.
This is the horizontal rolls.
Yep.
Okay.
Not sorry, burners. Yeah. So I came in low and then just had a little bit of nose high attitude to get up there and just held it. And then rolls were a little wobbly. Rollout was a little wobbly. Over the top was fine. B minus.
Nice. Sneak. I came in called 0.75. You said you were a little behind. And for some reason I didn't do anything with that information. So, you being late I think is a little on me in that regard. But I also over-pulled my level pull to come across the log boom, so I ended up going a little nose high, so that's not going to look very good from the crowd. Clears behind crowd were fine. C.
Yeah. Turned in a little late. So the Moza felt like it was cogging way more than it normally does. So I was like trying to go through my presets and switch it to the right one because it was on just the default one.
Yep.
And then I switched it to mine, but that didn't feel better. And then I was like in my head about whether or not it was like it had like overwritten mine or something, and like I don't know. So I was late in there, and then couldn't fix it. I got up to about 0.94 Mach on the way in, and just like wasn't making up any time. So I just lived with it. Pull was good. Rolled more or less behind crowd, a little bit off. And yeah, just B. Just like I was like, oh, I've got time to fix this problem with my Moza, and that just made everything a little more complicated than it needed to be.
Solo loop was fine. No notes. Like B. 4 point. Inbounds were good. I actually was on altitude for this one, for once. Nice. Yeah, the 4 points were good. I think we're going to hit... Where are we going to hit? Center point? Since when? We might even be on altitude. Holy smokes. Okay, anyway. The 4 rolls were nice and even, and my clears were... the one problem is we had smoke on for this maneuver, so that's another thing I'll fix the next time. I'm glad to be here. Clears were fine. I noticed that as we were clearing, called for the smoke off. I'm not going to give myself an F because it's not a safety. In fact, it's a safety measure. But I will give myself a C instead of a B plus for that one.
Yep. Inbounds was pretty good. Angle was good. Got on altitude. I had to fix a lineup thing once we got inside the box, so that kind of threw off the first part of the hit. And I think I was a little low because we're so far away. I keep forgetting how far away from the log boom and everything I mean, it's like the same distance, but I don't know. For whatever reason, the hits, I'm just low at this show site. So I'm low again. That's a bummer, B minus.
All right, vertical pitch. I forgot to call the altitude. I called the wrong altitude coming into the box because my brain was on the standard, what are we going to hit like what our standard hits were. So I had to call it at the 2-mile mark when we had time. I was overspeed massively coming into the box. But I was also a little behind, so I kept it and just adjusted my power. So that's probably why we hit left for the first hit.
Not by a lot, though. Look at this.
No, that's not bad. So, I mean, we made good adjustments. I just know that I can do better going into the box. I had us roll and pull too early. We're too low. We need to be up another 1,000 feet for that. So had to bring in some extra pull. We made good adjustments coming the rest of the way into the box, and we ended up hitting like half right. So pretty good adjustments to fix that. Clear behind crowd was fine. Because of the inbounds, I'm going to give myself a B-. But man, we aviated very well in that maneuver.
Yeah, it looked like a half left, half right.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad. Yeah, my inbounds were kind of weird speed-wise, and then I was carrying too much speed into the box as well, so I delayed my burner. And I think between what you did and what I did, we made that hit work. Pull, roll was all fine. Coming in, I think was making good adjustments. I felt like I wasn't getting low enough relative to you. For the hit, but I think it actually is going to be about right. So maybe that's what it needs to look like. Because it feels like you're like way below me. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm way high. So apparently I need to adjust my eyes. Yep, clear was cool. All right, inverted takeoff roll. Really, the only thing to say about this one is I just didn't set it up very well. I came around the corner and just like right over the brow of that hill, but that also blocked my view, so I couldn't get a good setup, and then we just didn't have a lot of time to roll in and do it. And by the time I got stable and you said smoke on, we were already basically at center point, so our hit is really far left. Rest of it the clear was fine. D.
Now, it's funny you say the hit's really far left, because I think that this is like almost where they do it these days. As they hit past center point for some reason. I'm not sure why. But like that point where we start to roll, like I feel like that's where they do it.
Okay. I mean, I could wait till we're actually over center point, because I usually try to get the roll so that like our wing, like if you look right down our wing line, you'd be pointed at center point once we hit the 45.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to do. But yeah.
I don't know.
If this is it within the realm of acceptable timings, then
Yeah.
D+.
Okay. I flew super wide all the way around the corner and was like just kind of waiting for this to happen. And I looked through your jet at the crowd and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna make this work. But you rolled out and I was like able to get myself in position with the log boom, and I was like, okay, we're really close to center point, so I'm just going to add power up in the inverted roll, and actually ended up being in the right place the whole way in. I don't think the altitude's going to be right, but I was adjusting that the whole way until we did the hit, and then ended up rolling early, over anticipated that, so that's my bad. I think I'm going to be early on the clears too. Let's see. Yep. Because I didn't wait for those either. And then we rolled out behind crowd. I want to make a note about the rollout behind crowd. If you're going to come right, we're assuming I'm clear in this instance. It's probably a good idea for me to call it before you come right.
That's true.
I was like rolling out, I was like, I'm clear, but like, what if I wasn't? So, anywho, I usually do an altitude offset and a distance offset, and intentionally, and that happened this time too, which meant that this was a safe turn. But for my performance in that maneuver, I'm going to give myself a C.
Alrighty, the Sector Alpha. So, I made a very large mistake in this turn by descending at all. If I hadn't, then I would have been able to sight center point from earlier on, get a better lineup, but we actually had to like come up over this hill this cloud left, which felt real bad. And I was doing the whole thing based on the tape, and I didn't set up inboard outboard like I had planned. But we still got set. We were wicked high because I didn't have time to get down over the hill because I didn't have time to sight it. Because we had to come up over it, so we couldn't like pull a bunch of power and nose over. I didn't want to do a like yeah, that just felt mean. So we were high, which is a bummer. But the actual maneuver was super flat. And it looks like we were pretty far inboard, but for this maneuver, it's probably fine. And you didn't ever call crowd violation or knock it off until we got there, so I just accepted what we had. And the clear, I was able to find you, and that was fine. We'll talk about the next part in a second. What was the grade for that?
Yeah.
C.
Okay. Yeah, I flew super wide of view the whole way around the corner and was like just kind of sitting off like almost like standard fingertip the whole way, which for me is wide. Saw what you had when we were coming over the brow and pushed up next to you, and I'll be 100% honest and say I very rarely fly line abreast looking over my right shoulder.
Yeah.
So, like, the last time that happened was when we first did this maneuver from this side back in Tbilisi. So I just stayed super wide and was not super, did not try to fix a lot of things. I just tried to stay safe the whole maneuver. So I'm all over the place. The jet's all over the place. It looks awful. I'm behind the whole way. Did manage to get on the proper altitude, but I just stayed super wide. And then pushed out. All in all, the clear was fine. I'm gonna give myself a C minus because I think I did decently and flew safe, which was the goal, my goal for the show. But definitely lots of room for improvement. All right, let's head on to the Wander. Cleared in front of the crowd. There's this nice hill here, so just a little circuit around that for the teardrop. Came around there and then flew the river run, which is always a party. Came back right. I didn't realize just how much right I was gonna come. So that was fun. But we rolled into it super high, super fast. Actually slow, sorry about for this one. And I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I pulled up way too early, but I did go to the right altitude, so it gave you the altitude offset that you need. Rolled behind crowd fine, rolled out fine, and then, yeah. So I'm gonna give myself a C minus again for this one. I think these are the right choices, but I need to execute them more smoothly as a boss. I could give us a little more angle over to the hill over here to give us a easier turn in. The hill over... How do you pointer again?
Shift.
The hill over here, and then come in that way instead of this weird, shortcut that I just did. So,
You're not streaming, but the stream can see you.
The stream can see me. Here's my stream. Have fun with it. I'll go over it again because I feel like going over again so that I remember. I think the circuit around the hill is the right call. I think I can roll out sooner and go this direction, up this way, and then cut in, here, versus this super short thing we did here, which is awful. So, yeah, C minus... Glad to be here.
So I could see you. It was fine. I was just a little slow, and you had a bag of knots in a hurry, and so I was like, all right, cool. And then you were like, I'm 380, and I was like doing 450, and I was like, all right, we got this. And then I had a nice angle, and I should have maybe gotten more angle, but I was like, I'll just bleed in the corner, and I did not bleed in the corner. So I had to throw up the boards. I got underneath you and ahead of you, so the stream will have seen the kind of nonsense, and I promise you, all of you people that say that track IR and you can do this, try this with track IR. I beg of any of you, if you think you can do this with just track IR, try a rejoin like this, because I was looking over my left shoulder to keep an eye on you and over my right shoulder to make sure I didn't hit this mountain. And it doesn't look that close in the TAC view, but boy howdy does it look real close when you're flying it. Then I made another tactical error, which is like, all right, we're good. I know he's going to come right, but I'm pretty sure I can do line abreast. That'll be fine. Which meant that I was more or less in the right spot, but that turn line abreast was hard to do. I actually the tack view looks okay, but we'll see if it looks any good in the replay.
Dang, dude, nice.
The turn behind crowd was great. Yeah, no further notes. It's an F. That's a big old fat safety. I almost killed myself.
All right, at this point, I'm breathing real hard. My brain is fried. I'm like, I don't even know how to do a delta roll. So I came around the corner. I was like, okay, well, let's just give it some altitude. We'll just roll out nice and easy. And like, I know from last time to not add any speed in the turn. I didn't. And so we rolled out nice and easy. We went up. We go at 2.5. Had to pull a little bit extra because we were still 10 degrees down when we went up. So that means that we were going to be late. But I was like, you know what? We're so high. I'm just not going to worry about like putting extra roll into it. And turns out we smashed the numbers all the way around the turn, the roll, and like the bottom of the roll was like super calm. And I was like, dang, this is probably one of the best delta rolls I've done in a minute. So I don't know how to replicate that because my brain wasn't really on. But also the turn back for the fleur-de-lis was also nice and smooth. So like, I don't know, dude. It's not an A, and here's why. Because look, like, first off, yes, we are over crowd when we are inverted. Congratulations, everybody. But look at this angle. This angle is hot trash. We should not be this way. We should be this way. We should be at like a 40 degree coming across, and we are super acute here. So that I can talk about how easy it was to fly off of me all day, but I need to fix this. So because of that, it's a B+.
So look at the top line of the tack view, the distance between our jets, and just like scrub through the maneuver and look at the distance.
That's a 12-foot discrepancy.
Mm-hmm.
Hot damn. Dude. That is sick. The only other time you've gotten an A on that was the one we put in the video.
It was a little wobbly, so it might be A-, but like still.
Oh,
one of the best ones I've done.
Look at that. Even in the even on my replay, dude. Look at this. Nothing wrong with this, Martin. Nothing
with you not increasing speed in the roll and without bringing in tons of pull on the back end of it, like I felt like I was able to actually position the jet during the maneuver. Normally, I'm just hanging on for dear life.
Now it's like we have so much pull in this already. Like, I'm just gonna kick the rollover and just be real gentle with it, and that worked out. Dang, I wish I would have gotten the angle right. All right, moving on to the fleur-de-lis. Let's do first half, second half, because we never do that, and we talk about doing it all the time. First half, the turn was fine. Had good angles, rolled out like online, pointed straight at the boat. One mistake is I smoked on at 1.5. Supposed to smoke on at 5 degrees. We're supposed to go up. We go at 1.5, and we were slow. We were slow, right? We were slow for this. So also I overrolled to like fat 75 degrees. I was really disappointed, but then again, I've been flying really smooth for the last 3 minutes. So you know.
Holy cow.
There's my excuse. Have a nice day. Pull behind crowd was great, and I rolled out at an angle behind you like they do in real life. We'll move on to the next part later. Because of that overroll and the smoke, I'm going to give myself a B-, but otherwise that would have been real nice.
So I was looser in the turn and kind of in a, like, not quite in the right position relative to your jet. So the turn was not the best. Rollout was kind of tricky and I was sucked.
Sorry.
What?
Turn was not the best, he says, as he maintains an 8-foot delta all the way around it. Anyway, go ahead.
It just felt sloppy. I don't know. And then I was a little sucked before we went up the hill, and then you called smoke on it. And I was like, what? And so then I got nervous. I was like, are we going to do something immediately? Like, it's like, we feel flat, but I'm looking like, 90 degrees to my left, so I don't know what's happening. I don't know what attitude we're at. Yeah, the rest of it was fine. This is probably a B.
Alright, back half. Had plenty of angle this time on you, but the problem is that creates this funky, like, cucumber approach to the boat. And especially over this hill, this thing is just a nightmare. So had a ton of torque on it, and had to, like, ease it out and drop down at the boat, and had to point at it, kind of missed, and ended up pointing ahead of it. Went up we go, and, like, we just didn't have a lot of speed. We had so much angle, and I was like, alright, well, we're just gonna roll through then. Ended up being a really lazy roll, which I think was fine. I probably should have rolled faster, because we ended up getting spat out, like, way in front of the crowd here. So, I think, in reality, I didn't want to give us too much room because we were already at 4 miles when I turned us in. So, like, if we go out much further, we're hitting, like, edge of the box territory. So, I need to rethink this C-. Like, this at the show site specifically.
So relative to center point, we were 4 miles?
Yeah. Like, before we turned in at the back here. Like, we're at 4 miles at this stage.
Hold on. Control right-click on the ship. Get a distance.
It's 2 miles. What was I looking at?
I mean, maybe that's what it had in the jet, but if I was like, there's no way that's 4 miles, because I go out to 4 miles when I'm getting ready for the MRT, and I'm like way out over the, brown stuff to your right there.
Okay, well, my ideal approach then is going to be coming over here and sneaking behind that hill, and then we go up that way. So, that's my rethought. C-.
Yeah, so I like this. It makes sense why they do it this way, because it's a lot easier to get in. Because, like, basically the mistake I made is I turned before you turned. So I need to, like, wait for your call to come left. So that way... but I was able to get in really quickly, and you were doing a lot of stuff, and I was just in, which is fine. And the problem was I was just really, like, squirrely, struggling flying slot for whatever reason, and so I don't think there was a single point in this entire maneuver where I was actually, maybe just the initial up we go, but then the rest of it, there's never a single point where I was quite in the right spot. So overall, C.
Loop across.
Loop across, yeah. So because we had this angle and we were so far away from crowd, and I forgot to set the course line, which I always do, from center point that gives me a reference. And I didn't have it, so then I'm trying to think, like, okay, I think I remember from the waypoint sequence that the direction back to the field is roughly along crowd, like along the center line. And so I'm, like, trying to do that, and then I was basically just doing, like, actual math in the turn to get that, and I screwed it up because I'm bad at math, turns out. And so, like, the setup for this was just really lousy. I should have probably started the turn earlier and just kept it more consistent, but instead I went way outbound and then had this weird, like, bean-shaped thing, and we were coming pointed back toward crowd, and so we weren't even really settled by the time we went up we go, and I never gave the altitude call, which was my bad, so sorry. And then that'll Chekhov's altitude, that will come back later. Up we go was fine. And then I think I actually put us about over center point, just inboard quite a bit, because we had that outboard to inboard angle coming in for it. So that created that problem. Outbounds were tricky because I didn't level up. I didn't level at 1,000. I need to do that because that's the way I get over the hill over there. So I was kind of climbing over it on the way out, which was bad, and so my speeds were bad. Up over the top was actually pretty consistent, but then back down and back towards center point, I was all over the place for the speed calls, and I did not go to the correct altitude. I went to 200 feet instead of 300 feet, so we look really separate, which was not what we briefed, and I never even said anything in the jet, so F.
Alright. Turn around the corner was fine. I stayed nice and loose, like way down below you, to give you room to maneuver. And then, as you said, easing the pole rolling out is when I took it in. I could tell that you were task saturated, so I didn't call that at all. Your up we go call was fine, but you pulled on the up we go. Like, you went up, and I did not catch that. So I ended up dropping below you and having to pull back in. I could tell we had a little bit more pull over the top than we normally do, and looks like I'm right. We're at 3.6, which is fine. I was just like, ooh, wow, this is a little bit more torquey than normal, which means that the jet gets a little bit more squirrely on the x-axis. But, you know, I stayed nice right in there. With that extra torque, the float over the top ends up destabilizing my formation because DCS things and the DCS F-18 things. And also with the extra torque meant that my push out was a lot less separating. But was enough. You called that we were inboard. And so I pointed back out away from center point for a little bit before turning to my angle, which I think was the right call. Outbounds, I was struggling to got on by the time we hit 3 miles. Just struggled to match you on the 4G calls, but then matched you on vertical and horizon, but was low compared to you, so watched that on the downhill. You called... I could tell that I was behind, so I actually went steeper than you did. Like, I went to 70 degrees steep to make sure that I had enough time, but then I ended up being even more... I ended up being quite behind on the way in. So I thought I was ahead, actually. So that's why I went to 70. Turns out I was behind. Punched it up. And then we hit 2 miles, and I was just a little behind you, but I was 80 fast. And I was like, oh, shoot. Well, I'm not hitting center point then. Because if he's consistent all the way in, I'm going to be early, even if I'm idle. So I went idle at 2 miles and floated it in and just was early, because welcome to trying to make this hit work. You can never be ahead. It's not allowed. The clear behind, I pulled too much, so I didn't pick up enough speed. Usually I go for 400 knots, but I was afraid of the hill. I don't need to be. And so I ended up behind for this rejoin, which we'll talk about in a moment.
All right,
oh, sorry. Rating. C.
The Delta breakout, I was pretty shot mentally at that point. So like I was like trying to remember what my numbers were and what anything was, and like, how do I normally set up for this thing? And I did it great last time. What did I do? Couldn't really remember. So I was like, well, fortunately, just a left turn. So did that. Still kind of screwed up and had to do a lot of correcting in the turn, and was pretty far. Like it'll look like it's coming crowd left or crowd right based on, I think we were like 10 left. So that was not ideal. I had basically had the same problem that you had on the overhead, which is like I don't have a reference point to fly over or to look at, and so I just like lined up super wrong. I kind of got fooled by the fact that I was like, oh, I can see the ship. It looks like it's perpendicular to me. And then also we rolled out like right before we did the hit. And then we didn't go over it in the brief, ready, ready, break, to set. And I should have just said that over the radio. I thought about it right before we did it, but it just didn't have enough brain power to like stem power to like actually say the thing. So I will do that in the future. This is I don't know what this is. This is probably a C minus.
All right. Yeah, so I just didn't have enough speed coming around that corner, so I don't want you to make an adjustment. That was on me. I pulled it around at like 360 the whole way, so I just didn't have enough smash. And that ended up... There are two places in this show where I had to add burner that ended up causing my fuel issues for later, so... need to fix that for next time. Glad I made it home. So, rejoin happened at the 90, which is fine, and then you were, like, easing the pole, rolling out some bank, and I was like, great, we're, like, you know, you said that we were at the 90, like, you know, 10 seconds ago, so that means we're about to roll out for this thing. So I go into my, like, line of breast, like, angled set, and we still had 45 to go, so I just kind of hung out there until we rolled out. But I'm glad I did, because there wasn't a lot of time between the rollout and the split. I ended up matching your bank angle, but I did not match your pull. Both of us over-G'd a little bit, but I over-G'd a little bit less than you, and so we're not going to look quite matched on that split. So that's kind of a bummer. Because of the rejoin, once again, SC. Let's talk about the maneuvering delta. This one, honestly, the entry was great, but once we hit the box, it sucked. So coming down the river was great. Rolled out, rolled through, set, and the problem is I had too much pull in the set. So I should have eased the pull in the set so that we were at this angle, but we just weren't turning as much because we ended up turning and going high. And I didn't feel like driving into you while you're on left wing. So I was like, we're just going to stick with what we got. Ended up rolling out with a massive climb. It was gross. I hate it. D. I'll fix it for next time.
Yeah.
It wasn't unsafe. It was just awful.
So I thought that, yeah. I thought my rejoin choice was smart in the moment, but looking at the tack view, I don't think I had to come to the angle I ended up coming to do that. Probably could have basically left it and not picked up as much speed. So I basically wasted fuel in ways that I don't have to. That's fiddly. Then I was flying left wing, which I never do, and you were maneuvering like crazy, which was crazy. So I was all over the place.
When you said you were left wing, I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, given where we are relative to the crowd, and originally I forgot we were maneuvering. I thought we were going to do a flat pass. I was like, well, for a flat pass, then I need to be on the left. I still think left is probably the right spot to be.
You're probably right.
But, well, I don't know. Maybe from the crowd, it'd be better to have the boss jet more visible.
Yeah, you might hide me.
Yeah, if I hide you in the tape, then I'll go back right.
All right.
If we do it this way in the future. But anywho, yeah, flying left wing is not what I'm used to, and I was bad at it. Boy, I don't even know how to rate this D.
All right. Yeah. Arrival checks. So the swap over, I think, was fine. It might be safer to wait until we're wings level if you're gonna do a left to right swap, because doing it while we're in a drive is.
I didn't hear your drive call.
Oh, I mean,
I was just flying visually.
We were in the drive, like I called the drive like a mile before you did the swap over.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I just didn't even realize we were in a drive. We could have been straight in level as far as I can tell.
Cool. All right. Well, I mean, yeah. Let's make it a standard that we wait until we're straight in level. If you didn't know, then like, you know, whatevs. But
sure,
just for the future. Yeah, the return back was pretty decent. I didn't really like the late corrections that I had to make, but you seemed to handle it fine. And then we were just slow. And also, look at this wind angle. Pushing our tails. Anyway, we were just slow by 15 over the top, and then cut the angle a little close. So I'm probably going to push it up by 5 degrees for next time, so we don't have to be so banked for the landing. And
what?
I got my comms right and the stagger right, so proud of that. But oh no, this is kind of a C- maneuver. It was fine. We did it, but it was not where I want to be.
Where is the one we did before? Oh, it's not here. I was going to see if I still had the tack view from
Last
the
time?
last one we did
I have
to
it.
see what the angle was, because you thought we were too wide the last time.
I
so-
agree. Well, that's the wrong one. I do have it still, because I have our tack views going time in memoriam, my friend, from 2022.
Wow, you don't delete those? Man.
I kind of am curious to go back and look at that one, because that was clearly a show practice. Anyway.
Fascinating.
Is it this one? I don't know. Let's find out.
Do I need a reason?
It's definitely Seattle. And we definitely flew it, so that's the one. Eli, thank you for the compliments. We have practiced this a lot, so I appreciate the fact that you think we're really good. My brother is a PPL pilot, and I'm not.
He said PP.
I said
that was
PP.
very-
Yes.
On IFR. Give me positive thoughts. I'm a check ride October 1st.
How I tell? Let's see. We're at 090 according to the aircraft on this rollout. So that's the old one. Tonight's we're at 0. What the heck? We're at 087.
Yeah, you said 8.7. I remember that from
Yeah.
doing it.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that information. I think if we're going faster, we'll be wider because our turns will be wider. So that might help.
That will probably, yeah.
I think I'll stick it at 8.7 and we'll see what happens for Sunday.
All right. Cool.
All right. What's your review?
I was in through all your corrections, but I just felt like maybe it was the cogging or something. Like I just didn't feel settled. Like I was just a little bouncier on the wing than I like to be. The maneuver was fine. The only thing I would say is I need to turn in my naval aviator card because I flared on the landing. So yeah,
I love it.
C for that.
Oh, I was also really proud of myself. Right before touchdown, I kicked the rudder to straighten the nose.
Nice.
Like a real aviator.
Yep.
Trying to preserve that gear, baby. Taxi back, I felt like was pretty good. I don't really have any notes for that one. I give myself a B+.
Yep. It's just a solid B. Nothing special.
Yay. Well, let's watch the tape. I also have all of these in time memoriam. Not like we're going to do anything with them. Okay, this only goes back
most
to
of them are probably
2024.
broken.
They're all broken. Everything before the last update. Per the norm.
Thanks,
DCS.
DCS.
They'll get around to a real replay system 10 years from now when no one's playing the sim anymore.
Yeah. I feel like if it works like other games I've been into in the past, and yes, this is a game, everyone, relax. They'll finally come out with a dynamic campaign system, and it'll be pretty good. Not everything everybody wanted, but decent, you know. And then everybody will just the population will just tank after that.
I'll be honest with you, it seems like every time they release something people really want, people leave.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like they only stick around while they're waiting for that thing to show up, and then it shows up, they play it for 2 weeks, and then they peace out.
Yep. So maybe they shouldn't release things that people want. Leave them in
I hope
suspense.
they're not listening to this, because I actually want them to come out with this.
I'd probably play the dynamic campaign.
Oh yeah, I think that would be fun. Like if we could save game state, and then you and I could
Oh,
blow crap
multiplayer
up.
dynamic campaign? That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Dude, it'd
Multiplayer
be...
dynamic game would be really cool. Oh, give me a Southeast Asia map. So much. Fly the F4 all the time and just imagine tangling it up with
Ooh.
Colonel Toon.
We did our flaps and stabs quite similarly. Good job.
What helped that you called exactly what you were doing. Like, you know, like I'm doing this, now I'm doing this, and ready, set, now I'm doing the stabs. So I was able to follow you.
Nice. All right. Mirror, 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 mirror. Note for self, you will actually lead this entire maneuver. Line up right there. I'm not actually... Wait, hold up. Hold the horse. Wait a minute. What is that block? What is it doing? I dislike this DCS. Okay. Skibbity. Fast forward until we take off. Ooh. You know what's funny? You were a little bit nose towards me, and that was probably good for the wind. So. Here comes the takeoff. I overbanked. My bad. Still.
Do you neutralize your pull when you bank too?
I neutralized my pull before I bank, yeah.
I just had pull in, and I think that also added to it.
Like, I realized that we went way too high, and I had to drive back like when I did that. So, like, after liftoff, I've neutralized the pull.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
What'd you find? What's our angle again? 323? Yeah, that's right.
Samuel Johnson meme. So, yeah, 323.
Alright. Am I blocked by anything? No. Let's get down. There. Alright. Meow. This is a great boat, by the way.
I'm glad you like it.
It's very easy to see. I also liked the wispy clouds. Thank you for doing the mod today. Oh, there we are. Hello! Sorry, we were so off angle, I didn't see us. Oh, I turned so early. Why did I do that? Oh. I was doing 300.
You were thinking about how early you were going to be in this.
I was 320 knots across center point.
Really?
Yep.
Jeez.
Look at how fast you were going. That's ridiculous. Alright.
Well, when you're late at the 90, you're like,
yep.
Oh, there's short of blower. Yeah, it's just because I did the wrong clear.
I was like, I don't know what he's doing, but it's not what I did.
Yeah. No, you're right.
The Showsite is kind of fun with all the challenges it poses, though. Like, it definitely makes you aviate. Smoke on. Smoke off. Knife edge. Dang! Half right and on altitude. Nice job.
Sweet. Is this gonna happen? Are we gonna... Yeah, my clears were freaking disgusting, and not in a good way. Like nothing about them was good.
No. Should reach out to the guy you've been talking to and ask him about the cogging. Well, first you should try and fix it.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know. It was fine last week, so I'm inclined to not stress about it too much.
Low hit, center point.
Oh, so it was center point.
All right. I should have put the hook down before I did the turn. What a doofus. We're not going to see a rejoin, so there it goes.
There's a lot we're probably not going to see
yeah.
Facing that direction.
There's your swap over. Hey, you did hide the jet for like 2 seconds.
Doesn't count.
All right, skip.
Well, it kind of counts, but whatever.
All right, let's see how I did. Dang, that's not bad. Stable platform. Good job, dude. Look at that. Well done.
All right.
There's the push out. This is going to be hot trash because I rolled the wrong direction. Hey, but you followed me. Nice job. Actually, kind of looks cool. With us going down the river.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hard to see against the brown trees, but... Yeah, there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. BrotherLeb clearing in front of the crowd.
So it was weird when you were coming in for this, and you kept calling your distance, and you're like 40 to go, and I'm like, and then 40 to go. I was like, how are you still 40 to go?
I don't know, dude. It's within 2 miles that I roll out onto crowd line. I was surprised myself, but it worked out. This is gonna look so bad. Drop the nose. Look at how low I am. 180 feet, baby. It's like, oh shoot, I'm going too fast. Pull it around. Oh, nice squat. Just didn't get enough pull back into it. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. BrotherLeb rejoining. Dude, into the wind, like, it looks really skatey. And then because we were into the wind, it just took a while to get around this corner.
Well, the wind's behind us at that point. It's 340.
Alright. Here we go. Honestly, we made a lot of good adjustments in the show. I know that we didn't feel like we flew like what we normally do well, but all of the things we don't normally do, I feel like we did very well. Nice. I got the altitude pretty decent there.
Yeah. I think this show indicates that we can make adjustments pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not clean like we want to be.
No.
But in order to be clean, you kind of have to have less nonsense to deal with.
Yep.
I don't know.
What was that, like 3 left and high?
At least, yeah. Pretty far inboard, too. So I keep making that mistake. I need to stop making that mistake.
Bang on. Let's go. I really appreciated the maneuverability that we gained by having a ridiculous altimeter.
Yeah, that...
Drop in for the horizontal rolls.
Was this amount of maneuverability good? Would you like
Yes.
less?
No, I liked
I
it.
can't do more.
No,
I
this
can
was
do
great.
less.
This was great. Alright, had like half left and a little low. Over the top. Oh, that looks good. Nice and flat. I like it. Sneak! Sneak time! This one's weird because you have to come down at this like funky angle and then cut it out at 50 feet. Little float there.
Yeah. Really late. I was doing 0.94, so
Yep.
everything I had.
No, I shoulda went idle between 4 and 3. That's my bad.
Yeah, a little wobble in the roll too.
I think that's mostly track replay. I'm pretty sure it'd be good from your view. Alright, let's go find Chariot. He's somewhere back there. There he is. Smoke on. Up we go. We skipped this maneuver in the replay because it's just me. It was nice to have in the video, but man, was it hard to find shots. Coming back for the 4-point. Yeah, don't ask me about my lineups. It's some pretty nasty angles that I was fixing into the box. And we're smoke on the whole way for this one. Low. Center point, though. Overrolled my...
I think I was third.
Sorry, go ahead.
Really, really wide of you.
Yeah, you were.
Which was, yeah, I was trying to fix an angle thing, and so, yeah, not bad.
Alright, vertical pitch. Another angle fixer coming in. I was full on aviating this show, dude. Yep, one left. Skip the boring part. And one right. A smidge low. It looks flat, but I'm actually pulling up quite a bit. Alright. Let's go find you. I'm not gonna see my rejoin, which is fine. It was hot trash. But also, I don't feel an urgency to get in at the show site.
Yeah.
I didn't have to worry about fuel pretty much this entire show, which was nice. Alright, here we go. Time for the party.
Good timing. Yeah, and then I didn't get enough drive in there, so I lost a lot of altitude and then pushed. Which
I didn't get enough speed. Bummer. I have no way of seeing the center point boat. There's no differentiation between any of the boats on the log boom.
We were just looking at the logbook, all right?
Yep. Alright, we're not going to see any of this approach.
It's fine with me.
There we are. I'm going to skip most of this too.
You're so high.
I'm so behind. Yeah, being this high also points out my mistakes more.
Yep.
I got stabilized, look at that. Not as close as we ever do coming from the other direction, but I'll take it. Nice and safe. Pretty cool. That's a boat. That's more boats. How about we focus on the jet? Can I get a jet, ladies and gentlemen? Apparently not. Alright, we're focusing on you to start this maneuver. There I am.
There's the overshoot.
Yep. There we go. The river run is kind of fun. Let's see how this turn looks. Solo's ripping in.
Yeah, you added more bank and pull in the turn.
Yeah,
the
dude.
Turn, just like threw me off.
I'm sorry. I had to do what I had to
You're
do.
good.
I want to be a lot lower than that. Still pretty good. Wait for that hill to go by before you do your roll.
I'm looking down at it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Here we go. Probably more pull than you expected.
A little. But I didn't want to like
Yep.
react to it, so I just sort of slowly brought it in. But
Okay.
there was a sag for sure.
Oh, dude, you're even in the right planar space too. That's pretty good.
Little climb there.
Yeah, that was when I started to roll out.
Most obvious place.
So stable though. Nice job, dude.
Yeah. There's just a little bit of climb here as well. Right there.
I see what you mean. About not being stoked about the turn. Fully smoke on, even though we're not supposed to yet. Up we go. Watch me tumble. This is fun. Watch me tumble. Here we go. Ready, break. So much. That was bad.
Yeah, you also smoked off, and I still had 90 degrees of roll to go.
Alright. Coming around the mountain. Yeah, we can definitely go wider. Look at this. That's terrifying. Let's go wider. It's funny, I gave you way more speed and less roll rate than normal. And that was harder for you, which is interesting.
I wouldn't draw any conclusions from this one.
Okay.
This was like kind of helmet fire at this point, so I was just reacting, and I was just reacting behind. I was just like slightly behind the show and the jet.
Alright, rolling up for the Lubricross. Up we go. You can't even tell that I dropped out for a little bit.
This angle right here, there's a thing that DCS does with glass that I don't like.
I agree. Like with the frosted thing.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could get rid of the LOD and no, it'd have to be in the model itself.
And it's just the way that the lighting is playing.
Pretty decent, pretty decent.
I like how in the video that you did, like the way that the track works with it.
Mm-hmm.
It like builds tension, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, with
the music track.
for the Lubricross?
Yes.
Yeah. Early. Fat early. Ugh. Gross.
Get a load of this angle we're about to have.
Got a load of me in my line abreast set for half the maneuver. Oof. You're right. So, something I want to mention is I was actually really in danger of having a helmet fire before we even like turned in for the head-on.
Really?
For some reason, my brain was just not processing the kneeboard at all.
Oh, weird.
I had to like mental reset on our way to the show site because my brain was just like, "How do you read this?" Finally got in, but yeah. Welcome to left wing flying. Every naval aviator's favorite thing. And the Air Force pilots are like, "What are you talking about? That's easy."
Yeah.
Yeah, a little less pull. Get us to sit right on the water. I want us to like just scrape the boat, but we're just so high. I think I was afraid of over-maneuvering with you on the left wing.
I think I better fly right wing because I think it'll be a better side picture too.
Yeah.
Like I was blocking your jet there. That doesn't look as good. Honestly, if you're doing that, I almost wonder if like a slot would look better. Not that I'm trying to make it easier on myself. I'm not. I'm just.
Whatever you think is going to look better.
I honestly, I don't know.
I think right wing will look cool.
We'll try right wing and then.
Here we
show
are.
site again for a long time, so won't matter. But yeah.
Part of the reason why I was excited to do this show site is the challenge of like the adjustments and like just because I wanted to prove that we could do the aviation fixes, you know.
Yeah.
Like prove it to myself,
Did.
not to anyone else. No offense to y'all watching, but like we're kind of selfish. Now we fly this. But based upon what you guys watched in our show, I think it's worked out. There we are. There's the slight right correction. I expected to have us be blown a little bit more than we were. And so that's why I was set up the way I was, but it didn't end up happening. Actually gonna watch you. I delayed my pullback because I was like, I need to give myself a little more speed here. I think that's the right angle. It's just gotta have more speed, more juice.
Yeah, because we're like what, 15 slow?
15 slow, and I rolled out at 270.
Yeah, that'll probably give you another quarter mile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like lateral separation if you're on speed.
Windage, baby. Right crosswind. And kick the nose. Don't want to do that in a GH aircraft, but
I mean, you do have to straighten it a little bit if you're doing a crosswind landing, but you don't want to like kick it. There's the flare. Gross.
nasty.
Roger, you animal. He gets in this like weird zone where if he's like alone in the hallway, he just whines.
It's like Victoria, dude.
I mean, cats in general. They're just like,
Victoria
"I
did it
want to be
because she
paid attention to."
Victoria did it because she had Alzheimer's. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Roger. The heck, dude.
Right here. Amzing. I can hear him. I can hear him. Frotcher, shut up.
Oh, he's not going to come in here. He's just going to stare at me and whine. It's like the most cat-like thing to do in the world.
Oh, come on. By 6. Here we go. Now we're turning. Let's do this. Ooh. That was a pretty nice turn in from both of us. Believe it or not, my dude is not lined up exactly with the line.
Oh, yeah. Just a little bit.
Just a smidge. Alright. There we go. That's pretty decent
Yeah.
from the ground.
Especially all the crappy grades we gave it. I'll take it.
Alright. Alright, folks. That was pretty good. I say that even though we gave ourselves like D's and D's and C's throughout, but like I had a feeling we had a feeling that was going to happen, and I think we adapted well. We have a chance to put together a like solid C+ show for Sunday. So here's hoping that we can do that. Yeah, we don't know when that's going to be because we plan this kind of stuff relatively off the cuff, and my wife is due to have a baby at any point. So we'll be back. We'll see you when we see you. And if we don't see you, that means I've had a kid, or my wife is. We have a child for the first time. So pray for us, give us good thoughts, etc. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.